What to do if you get up on the wrong side of the bed. Apparently, there is a right side and a wrong side to the bed. Who knew? Ancient Romans actually believed that anything to the left was considered evil or bad or negative or bad luck. And therefore, actually the word sinister even comes from the Latin word that means left. So there was thousands of years of superstition thinking that left was bad. And the original expression was to get up left foot forward. And that over time and years of superstition turned into getting up on the wrong side of the bed. Now I'm in trouble because I slept when I was married on the left side of the bed. And therefore my left foot came out of the bed and hit the ground first. That might explain why my marriage imploded, right? No, but I'm just saying, expressions like this, things like this, it's amazing where they come from and how they impact us. So, getting up on the wrong side of the bed, of course, means to get up grumpy or to feel gross or off or just to awaken a bad temper or a bad mood. Have you ever done that? Have you ever woken up in a bad mood? No. Of course, we all have. We're human beings. My granddaughter is hanging out with me every day of the week so her parents can work during this pandemic, which means probably through the end of the school year for sure. School's canceled in our state of Wisconsin, and it might even be going through June, and who knows how long it's going to go. None of us know, right? We don't know. But she came over, I think it was Thursday morning, and her mom just looked at me and kind of rolled her eyes, and she's like, okay, I don't know. And she was curled up in a little ball and just kind of making little growly animal sounds, rah, rah, rah. And she's usually such a happy little girl, and she comes up and she hugs me when she first gets here. But Thursday, she was like off. She was speaking in her little 4-year-old made-up language and making mostly growly, grunty sounds and not in a happy mood. And I said, Ada, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? And she peeked out of the blankets and she's like, what does that even mean, Grandma? And so I explained to her, getting up on the wrong side of the bed is when you're grumpy and when you just feel a little off. And then we worked through what we could do about it to get her so that she wasn't feeling grumpy and upset. And mostly it was just because she was still tired. A lot of times we wake up on the wrong side of the bed because we haven't gotten enough sleep, but we just need more sleep. So I don't know about you, but when I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and during this COVID pandemic, I've noticed I've had really funky dreams. I've had some really strange dreams. And so I'll wake up feeling a little bit off. And my trick over the years, because like anything else, we get better and better at handling situation, has become as soon as I notice that I'm feeling a little off or I'm feeling negative or grumpy or upset about something when I wake up, I like to try to catch it as soon as possible and stop and do a pattern interrupt. So if I catch it and I'm still in bed, I will do something to like shake my head off. I'm like, well, what am I thinking about? That's ridiculous. And I usually figure out that I had a dream about something that I was thinking about that is still with me. And usually our dreams come up with some really ridiculous things, right? For some reason last night I dreamt I was in the nail salon. Well, I know why I did, because my nails are a pain in the rear right now. I can't see to do them myself, and so they're a concern for me. Not a big, pandemic-worthy concern, right? But that's what I was thinking about, so that's what I woke up this morning. I thought, oh, that's a weird dream. But instead of getting out of bed, I shook it off and I said, well, what do I want to think about? And I did a little meditating and I think about what I'm going to do throughout my day and how I want my day to go. I pre-frame my day. And then I get up. Well, sometimes I'll get out of bed and I'll have an ooey gooey crappy feeling, and I won't really know, that's a technical term, ooey gooey crappy feeling, and I won't really know what's causing it. And as a business owner and as a leader, the last thing I want to do is impact other people with my negative mindset, my negative thoughts, or my negative feelings about usually something unrelated to the people I'm going to come in contact with. Now, we're not coming in contact with very many people physically right now, but we can still have a really negative impact on other people. Other people get our moods and feelings from us. And so sometimes I will actually start my day and be doing things and not realize that I'm in an off, foul mood. But I'll notice things like I'll start to have little accidents. I'll spill my coffee, or I'll drop something. I'll drop my vitamins or something, or I'll get on my computer and I'll be having technical problems. And all this stuff will start piling up because we humans, we like to stack emotions. We can stack emotions negatively, or we can stack emotions positively. If we stack them negatively, we'll keep getting little warning signs that that's what we're doing, because our subconscious wants us to know, hey, this doesn't really feel good to you. When you're feeling negative and bad and upset, doubt, worry, fearful, angry, frustrated, any of those feelings, our subconscious doesn't really want us to feel those feelings. So it's going to let us know that we're feeling bad. Works the other way too with good feelings, but it works with bad feelings. And we're talking about getting up on the wrong side of the bed today, not getting up on the right side of the bed. So what do you do about it? What do you do when you actually notice and catch yourself doing that? First thing you do is you become aware of it. You notice, you're like, oh my God, I've had 10 little bad things happen. And hopefully it's before you interact with other people, before you speak to anyone in the family, before you talk to anyone virtually, or before you do a video. Hopefully you catch it before that. Not always, right? I've gotten on my videos some mornings when I'm just feeling off and I haven't figured out what it is yet, or caught myself and done a pattern interrupt to change the way I'm thinking and feeling and believing and behaving, right? But not very often. I usually catch myself earlier in the day now. It's usually when I start spilling coffee, which is almost every morning. And I will do a pattern interrupt. A pattern interrupt can be anything. It can be just taking a deep breath. It can be moving my body or changing my body in some way, shape, or form. I might just get up, and if I notice I'm all the way to the computer and I'm having technical problems, I'll take a deep breath. I will step up, walk away from the computer, and maybe I'll go get an apple, or maybe I'll go to the front door or the window, and I'll look out at the window and I'll look for something pretty or something funny or something curious. But I will physically do something to interrupt the pattern of my thinking, and then I will take a deep breath and say, okay, what am I creating now? That's my secret question. Because I know that if I'm in that downward spiral, I'm not creating and showing up in the world the way I want to show up. And it doesn't have to be a question, but a question is a really good pattern interrupt. So if you can create a question for yourself that triggers you to change your thinking and think of something positive, think about somebody you love, think about something you love, think about somebody you appreciate, think about something that's working, think about something that you can do, think about something that you're grateful for. But find a pattern interrupt that works for you so that you can flip the switch and be moving in the direction you want to go. So no matter what side of the bed you get up on, you are in control and the master of your emotions, the master of your feelings, the master of your beliefs. And we're not going to be perfect at this ever, right? Because we're all human beings. But the sooner we can notice when we're going down a track that doesn't feel good to us, because if it doesn't feel good to us, it's not going to feel good to the people we interact with, the better. Because that shows us that we have the personal power and the personal control over us. We always have control over us and our response to things. So that's why I say, you can get up on either side of the bed and make sure that you're in charge. And as leaders and business owners, it's imperative that we show up as the best version of ourselves, now more than ever. I mean, it's always been important, believe it or not, but now it's critical. That's it. That's all I've got today for the idiom, get up on the wrong side of the bed. I'd love to know what you think about this or your experience with getting up on the wrong side of the bed. Share in the comments below. If there's an idiom you would love to know and have been dying to know, what is the meaning of this idiom? Where did this crazy thing come from? Because who knew left was evil, right? Guess I know a couple of lefties that I might have had odd thoughts that they were a little off or evil before. We won't go there. No naming names. Let me know in the comments below and I will explore that because I am curious. I didn't used to be curious about idioms, but I'm really curious about idioms now and where they came from, how long they've been impacting us, because something that's been around since the Roman times, whether we believe it or not, it's definitely impacting people that we come in contact with. Not during coronavirus maybe, but generally and usually. If my 4-year-old granddaughter is already experiencing getting up on the wrong side of the bed, then I would say that it's pretty much permeated our society. Have an awesome day, and I will of course be with you tomorrow.